So continuing on, what went wrong with my workups towards a kidney donation is my glucose test. So my family has a genetic history of glucose problems. My father is a diabetic, and the kidney recipient is also a diabetic. So it was pretty well expected, I guess, that at some stage in life I would edge towards becoming diabetic. So I underwent the standard glucose test, which was interesting. You sit down, you have your blood taken to measure your current glucose levels. You take I think it's a 750 milliliter bottle of very sugary drink. I think it's about 75% glucose. And then in the first test, I was tested 1 hour later to see how my body had processed that. And the results from that indicated that I was pre-diabetic. And at age 50, that was probably to be expected. There wasn't too much concern from the specialists. However, they did highlight it as being, once I've donated a kidney, that might become a problem later in life. Anyway, so when I got to see the surgeon, he asked that I redo that test just to see how we'd gone, because I did mention that I'd changed my lifestyle, which I'll get to in a sec, and that it should be better. So I went and did the second round of glucose tests. Same process, except for they also took it at an hour interval as well as 2 hours. And unfortunately, the glucose test came back higher. Now that means that clearly Easter is not a good time for trying to reduce the amount of sugar in your system and how your body deals with sugar. I certainly indulged significantly over Easter. However, to my credit, I did spend a lot of time working out and trying to exercise and reduce carbs. So over the last probably 4 to 5 years, I've been a big fan of Michael Mosley and his 5-2 fasting regime, the fast diet, fast exercise, and in particular low carb diet. So for at least the last 12 months I've been reducing my carbohydrate intake and trying to cut out as many sugary items or white items as possible. And when I first started, I was 90 kilograms, and I'm down to, well, around 75 to 77 at the moment. I do have a target to get down to 65 kilograms by the time the operation happens, which is a stretch goal, and I may or may not make it. But I am doing lots of physical activity to try and increase my cardiovascular system, as well as my muscle mass, so that the sugar has somewhere to go. So that was what went wrong. And as I say, my next meeting with the specialists, we will be talking about how only having one kidney and potentially having diabetes can impact greatly on that one kidney. I'm still very locked in to actually donating, so we'll see what happens.